Hey, it's Hersh, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be unboxing and reviewing the Sanjoki alcohol brush markers. And I don't know if you guys remember, but I have actually reviewed their markers before, back when it was like one of the first marker reviews that I ever did actually. So it's really cool that we have like a 360 moment going on here, and I'm checking out their new set of markers. And yeah, before we get started, as always, I'd like to say a huge thank you to Sanjoki for sending these to me to review. However, that does not mean that any opinion in this video is like altered or I'm going to be biased towards them. I'll be giving my full honest feedback throughout this video. And yeah, so without any further ado, let's get started. Also, quick FYI, this video is going to be a mix of me doing a real-time speaking and then a voiceover. I'm just kind of testing something out, but yeah. Here, I think this is the belt for, like, if you want to carry the bag, you can attach it to the sides. This is really cool. It's like everything feels like good quality too. Like it's not like a cheap plasticky material. Like it's like genuinely, you can tell that this can hold like the weight. Oh, okay. It comes with a marker book. That's really cool. 20 pages. Very cool. Okay, we can test this too. It comes with a swatching card as well. Oh my, wait, I didn't realize there were this many markers. Seeing it on the swatching card makes it like a lot more like big. I don't know if that makes sense. Okay, they seem to have a pretty standard numbering system. So this is for if you're using like a sketchbook that doesn't like prevent bleed through, so you can put this underneath the page that you're working on and it'll like prevent the marker ink from spilling onto the next page. So yeah, I'm really glad they included this. Oh, okay. So they have a, I don't know why it's that, it's bent. They have a little booklet here with all the colors. Some FAQ. Oh, is this like, you can label your colors on it? Oh, is it like sticker paper? I don't know. We can figure that out. Oh, wait, yeah, because I don't know if the camera isn't picking it up that well, but you can kind of see like the outline for the labels. Maybe it goes on the marker barrels. I know some brands started doing that. Alright, time for the actual markers. I will unbox these and be right back. Okay, here is the finished markers unboxed. I think overall the organization is fine. It's definitely more of like an oval flat nib or marker base than I'm used to. Here's a closer look at the chisel tip, and then here's a closer look at the brush tip, and now let's move on to the swatching. So, I don't know if you guys noticed before, but the set does have quite a large amount of markers, and I was considering not doing like a whole swatch card and I would just kind of like figure it out based on the cap color, but I did have a lot of free time today, so I just thought why not, and I started pulling it out and doing everything. So that's where we are right now. I think overall the selection of markers is actually really good. I understand that it is like a very big set, so it'd be kind of weird of them to not have like a good selection of markers, but a lot of the times I see like some companies like focus a lot on the primary colors and they don't have a lot of the secondary color shades, or like a lot of companies have like a lot of shades of green for some reason. But I think these markers do a good job of having like transition colors, like not just having like 5 main colors but also having colors in between, like teal or like violet. So I do really appreciate that. They also do have a good range of skin tone markers, which I'm so happy about, because one of my biggest gripes with markers, I guess, a lot of the times is that they don't have a good range of skin tones, and especially blush tones for different skin tone ranges. And especially coming from someone who does like mainly draw people or like anime characters, I guess, it's just one of the things that I usually look for in a marker set. So I'm really glad that this set does have those values that I can use in my drawings. So if you're also someone who like primarily draws people, I just thought that'd be like a thing to let you guys know. To give some more info about the markers themselves before I start yapping while during the coloring session, these markers cost $49 on Amazon, and you can just search up Sanjoki store and they'll pop right up. This is the 120 color set, and it is the new generation. I reviewed their old generation before, like I said, during my video that I made like a couple years ago. So in this new generation, it comes with new colors, and according to the website, there is 40% more ink in the markers, so you should be able to use them for a longer time period. I will say the ones that I got before, I still do use from time to time, but I don't use them that consistently. But they do still have some ink in them, if that helps at all. And again, the bag that they come in can also be turned into a stand, and you can put it in a lot of ways in your desk. And also like the sticker thing that I was looking at before, actually you can like draw on the marker ink with it and then wrap it around the marker barrel, so you'll be able to tell what the color looks like since the marker caps aren't exactly that reliable. And I think that's a really cool feature that other companies should also consider using for their own marker brands. But yeah, anyways, now we are finally moving on to the drawing. Did a little cool transition there if you guys noticed, but this is a drawing of my OC Kai from my OC Universe shard. I feel like I always draw the same like 3 characters. Like I always draw Maya or Ace or like Rowan, but I never draw Kai that much, which is kind of strange because he's literally like the main character, right? But I feel like I just talk about Maya in general more, and I've been wanting to give him some more love, so I thought what better way to do that than to draw him for another marker video, so here we are. When I was thumbnailing, I kind of wanted him to be like holding something, and by the way, I am using the Sanjoki like art pad, marker pad that they gave us, and I wanted to test that out, and like it has a more vertical format, so I wanted to draw like a pose where he was like holding something and like maybe giving it to someone or like the viewer or whatever. So I was kind of thinking about that, and I thought a drink would make the most sense. And then there's also space on the side for a little speech bubble, so I added that there, and I ended up posting on my Instagram and YouTube and asking you guys what you think he should be saying, and I got a lot of interesting responses, but wait until the end to see what I actually end up putting in the speech bubble. But anyways, he's just holding out this drink. I don't even know what it's gonna be. I just colored it a really weird purple and blue color later on, so maybe it's just a special drink in the shard universe that they use to like upgrade their powers or something. Who knows? Genuinely, I don't know. But yeah, I thought that'd be a cute touch, and starting off I went in with the skin like peach color, and I added in some pink for the fingertips and the blush in the top of the ears like I always do. I think another thing with using marker sketchbooks especially is that the ink color doesn't stay consistent throughout the drawing process. Like you can see a lot of times I lay down the color and it looks pretty dark, but then if you like fast forward like a couple minutes, it lifts quite a bit and it ends up a lot lighter than I thought it would be originally. And I wasn't like referencing the swatch card as heavily as I usually do with new markers. I was kind of winging it because I was like in the mood for that today. But yeah, so I had to end up going back and redoing a lot of the shadows for his skin, especially for the hair. I did look up the swatch card and see what the colors would look like, but yeah, even you can see right now like the blue that I laid down a couple minutes ago turned out a lot lighter than I anticipated it to be. So I think I also went in at the end with colored pencils just on top of everything to kind of bring back the colors that I really wanted, and you will see later, but I used like a weird color for his eyes that I didn't really end up liking that much, so I wanted to like kind of redo that, so I went in with colored pencils to help fix that a bit. But now we are moving on to the hair. I added in the platinum blonde highlights and did a little bit of shading, but I added more later on. And then I also wanted to add like a hair highlight color in general. If you've seen my art, like marker art before, you know I usually add in like a contrasting hair highlight just to make my drawings a bit more interesting. And it's always a bit of a struggle doing that with my twins' hairs, Maya and Kai, because they have like the bleached color already in their hair. So I feel like if I don't choose a color that complements that coloring well, it'll kind of distract the viewer overall, and it'll look a bit cluttered. And so I did change the blue color to a purple one to match the shadows of his skin, and hopefully that makes it look a little bit less jarring, but that I only do towards the very end. But right now I'm going in with his natural brown color. I feel like over time like their hair color has gotten lighter and lighter. Like it used to be a really dark brown, and especially in digital art I make their hair a lot darker than it is than with markers, but with the markers I go in with like a more mahogany color, so I don't really know what their actual hair color is, but it is what it is, I guess. It's up to your interpretation. But overall, I really did have a lot of fun coloring his hair. I feel like with Maya, it's like always a bit more tedious because her hair is a lot longer, and I have to like do the shading a bit better just to make sure that it looks more natural with like the like strips of platinum blonde going in her hair. But with Kai, it's just easier overall because he's a guy, so his hair is like shorter, and I don't know, I just have like a better time drawing him in general, which is why I find it so strange that I literally don't draw him at all. But yeah. Also, I know I mentioned I was doing like an OC zombie apocalypse video or whatever, and it's like in the works, but I'm like figuring out how detailed I want it to be. I kind of want to start like a new video series where I draw my OCs in different like universes, but we'll see where that goes. But for now, switching to real time. I swear, every time I try to film a video, it always starts like raining. Or like my neighbor is mowing their lawn, or it's raining, or something has to happen every time. I'm going to do some parts of this video in real time though, because I kind of like editing videos that are a mix of voiceover and real time. I don't know, I feel like it just makes it more interesting. So I hope you guys like this style too. I've been trying to put more effort into editing my videos. I feel like one of the reasons why I was a bit burnt out from YouTube for a while was because I had more fun in like the actual like drawing process, but then I would just kind of not put any effort into editing like the voiceover or anything like that. And then I was like rewatching some of my old videos the other day and I was like, oh my god, I put so much effort into like the editing process, which kind of amazed me because I guess I also did have more time back then due to COVID, but like, yeah, I don't know where I was going with this actually, but anyways, I just want to put more effort into editing. So school has officially started and I like the idea of school. I think it's really fun to like go in every day and like see my friends and whatnot, but when it comes to like actually like going to school and doing all the tests and the learning and everything, it's just like I literally have a countdown on my phone with the number of days left until school ends, and it's literally the beginning of the year. Anyways, these markers have literally been sitting in my room for the longest time and I apologize for not like trying them out earlier. Honestly, I don't know, I had a lot of other videos that I was planning on using them for, but this whole like drawing just kind of came in the spur of the moment. I had free time today and I really wanted to film, and I also had this like drawing idea in my head of my OC Kai holding like a drink or something, so I just wanted to draw them and I thought, why not use the new markers? So that is why I honestly think I'm gonna go over the eye color with colored pencils because I really dislike how it looks right now. I'm considering coming out with like a school storytime video like I did last year because I have some more funny stories that I want to share. Let me know if you're interested in that. Honestly, I really loved summer break though. I feel like I did complain a lot and say I was like busy throughout summer, but it was like the first time in a while where I just got to draw recreationally, and I think I definitely got back like the love that I had for drawing. I also went on a trip like a month ago to New York and I took my digicam with me and I have like a bunch of photos of like the buildings there and stuff, so I was also kind of like drawing them, and yeah, overall art's just been like fun, you know. I'm very happy that I'm like actually having fun with it again. And we're back. Did you miss me? Honestly, this drawing was just like a lot of fun in general. I feel like it's been a while since I've just sat down and drawn like a whole entire piece without taking a break in between or like splitting it between multiple days. This is like the first time that I genuinely just did it all in one go, and I was just like sitting at my desk and it wasn't even like tedious or anything. I think one of the biggest parts of like being an art block is I lose my drawing stamina, which is kind of weird to say because like I know drawing isn't like something that you really think of when you think of like stamina or stuff like that. Like you think of like sports, right? But I guess it's like the patience that I have for drawing more of. I think I mentioned this in one of my old videos, but I wouldn't be able to like sit down and do an entire drawing. Like I'd have to like take breaks in between and just like start doom scrolling, which is like, obviously it was a bad habit, but I think I finally gotten over that, and I genuinely did just have fun doing this drawing. I didn't really think of anything else while I was doing it, so yay, props to me for that. Anyways, we are nearing the end of this video, so I wanted to give some of my thoughts on the markers. Overall, I did have a really fun time using them. I feel like you can't really go like super wrong with alcohol markers. Like if you know how to use them, it's very hard for the markers themselves to like be a problem, I guess, and these markers performed really well. There's a great color selection, and also the price is a really good like selling point. They're not super overpriced, and there's a pretty good selection, and you also get like the case and the sketchbook and all of that other stuff with it. So overall, I would say it's very much worth it for like beginners, especially if you don't want to splurge a lot yet. Also, the sketchbook did work pretty well. There wasn't a lot of like bleed through or like spreading of the marker ink on the page on top, so both of those are great points that I just wanted to mention before the video ended. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching till the end. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.